Hi, how are you? Today I'm going to be talking about Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulhurst, which is one of the books that I wanted to read for Pride Month. So, I actually read this as a part of my research fellowship, which I've talked about lightly on here. At the end of my fellowship, it's a 10-week fellowship, so it'll be a hot sec. I'm only on week 4 now. I'm going to do a big video and talk about it. It has been the most incredible opportunity, the best thing I've ever gotten to do in my whole life. Every day I wake up and I'm like, I can't believe I got to do this. But this kind of fits in with that because I'm researching the enemies to lovers trope and she has it. So let's talk about it. So this has a nice little femme butch dynamic, which I love to see. It really warmed my heart. This whole book, I think I only gave it like 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't think the writing was great, but this isn't fantastic, but by virtue of it being gay and me seeing these two women interacting in a very clear and not like queer coded, but very like implicitly queer and loving each other was enough to make my stomach like have butterflies. So, you know, that I don't know if that says more about me or if it says something about the lack of representation of queer women that there is in media, but this made me feel some type of way. So there's 2 princesses, Mare, whose like full name is Amaranthine, and then Denna, whose full name is Denalia. This is a hardcore fantasy. It was almost too hardcore fantasy for me because I'm not too much of a fantasy fan. So Denna is going to be marrying Mare's brother, but she falls in love with Mare instead. And they do have an enemies to lovers sort of vibe. So Mare is very much set up as the Darcy figure. In addition to her being like the butch of the couple, she's also grouchy and wary and kind of like mean sometimes. Denna is the Lizzie figure. She's smart and bookish and a little smarmy sometimes, which I love. It definitely really does. It's very much a queer fantasy, Pride and Prejudice. At least I read it like that, but that might be because my whole world right now is Pride and Prejudice. It's very hard to escape that at the moment for me. So for Lizzie, she has to marry because she has to remain financially comfortable and her father's will does not involve her. For Denna, she has to kind of marry to be safe from the persecution of being someone who has magic, very Merlin, BBC, 2005. It is hardcore fantasy, guys. It is hardcore fantasy. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's got, you know, those, it's so hardcore fantasy, it has one of those maps, which is how you know it's serious business. I, in many ways, was like, am I just looking too hard and seeing Pride and Prejudice whereas it isn't? But there is one line. If she been anything other than a problem to me, I might have found her rather alluring. That is Mare speaking about Denna, and it is almost verbatim a quote that Darcy says about Lizzie. When he's proposing, I have fought against it, it will not do, I have to tell you how ardently I love you. And that's about him, like, unfortunately I have to be attracted to you, can't help it, wouldn't if I didn't have to, I wouldn't be. And that's very much what Mare is saying here. And, oh god. If you like fantasy, I recommend this. If you like women being in love, I recommend this. It's not the best written thing I've ever read, I'll be quite frank with you. Some of the writing felt very stiff, the interactions didn't feel supernatural, but it still made my heart very warm, so I still recommend it very much. Alright, so I hope you guys are all doing well, having a good Pride Month, that you're keeping up the good fight, that you're still donating and you're still signing petitions. I will leave links in the description for bail funds and petitions to sign. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!